Okay, Houston Discovery, welcome to our Flight Day 12 highlights. Here's Tim Cooper, our new STS-128 crew member, and he's showing off his Russian shaving kit. This is a really neat kit. It's got a lot of good gear in it, and we were very impressed. On the middeck this morning, we had a specialty of our crew is these breakfast burritos made by Danny Olivas and Jose Hernandez, and they've got a real system down there. You can see they use onboard shuttle foods in a special way. We do fly some tortillas for this purpose. They've also got salsa, cheese, and sausage and eggs. You can see it's a little tricky in zero-G, floating all the ingredients into the tortilla, but it's a lot of, oh, that is a smiley face. I see that one now. Danny made a smiley face. Anyway, then we put the eggs on there and eat them. It's, if you're not careful, the eggs will float all over the middeck, so a little precision is required. You can see us carefully placing the eggs inside the burrito. In the morning, Danny and I took the cruise order, and then we started preparing them accordingly. We had a guest chef on board, and that was Tim Cooper, who helped us out assembling the burritos, as you can see. Danny is an expert in zero-G burrito making. And Tim Cooper decided to taste the very first one, and he gave us his honest opinion, and obviously it looks like he enjoyed it.
And it's time for undocking. We are prepared. The system is set up, and it's basically only to countdown to the undocking moment when it has been capped exactly to the second when it should happen. Excitement is building up, and here whoosh, and hook lights went off. The screw starts to turn and undo the hooks, and about 2 minutes later we are off the station. And we're also taking measurements. You can see here on the right side how Jose is using a laser to record both the distance and the speed which we are drifting away from the station window, flying away. Kevin, our pilot, is flying the Discovery while we go away.
All right, well, an interesting thing is that all those simulations we did over the course of the last year at the Johnson Space Center have prepared us well for today. And one thing different, though, is I had a lot more company for the actual fly around on the flight deck today than I had during all the simulations. Everybody wanted to be up there and see the space station, and it is very distracting. It's tempting to be just enjoying the view. It's just spectacular as we fly away from it and move out to the range of 650 feet to do the fly around. A lot of coordination going on, a lot of measurements being taken, and the digital autopilot flies the attitude for us, and we just try to match the rates with it as we fly around the space station and keep up with it. Many hours of practice at home with our instructors really paid off today. We were really happy with the way the fly around went, and nice safe separation, and hopefully we got some good images to send home to everybody to see what this International Space Station is all about. It's just really spectacular.
Kevin mentioned he had a lot of
company up on the flight deck today, but believe it or not, most everyone up there has a purpose. We do photo documentation of the station, most of it required, and those photos will be taken back and analyzed. Crystal was working the APDS system, and that's why he pushed the button for undocking. CJ and I had the procedures up front, just making sure everyone stayed on the timeline. We did have some inputs to make into the computer system. Here's some of the first views coming that we would have as we backed away. We ended up going back about 650 feet before we began the complete fly around of the station and the separation. It's just pictures don't capture what it's like when you look out the window. We do our best, but it's one of those things that you almost have to see to believe.
As you fly around the International Space Station, you can see here the profile that Kevin Ford flew. It's almost a completely perfect fly around, as you see represented in the computer system. But as you fly away from space station, you really marvel at the fact that we have this engineering wonder hovering above the surface of the Earth, 200 miles, and it just is really unbelievable. Once we got far enough away from the space station, we began to get ready for our inspection, a late inspection. Basically, we pull out the robotic arm and the boom system with the sensor package on the end, and to do a final inspection, make sure that the ship is ready to come to the atmosphere and come home.
So there was a lot of hard work today and some very spectacular views. All of us were very excited to see us fly away from space station and see, as Danny put it, just a technological marvel, and represents the cooperation of many countries and groups to make that happen. We ended the day with a little bit of levity and fun, playing with some water and just demonstrating what you can do in zero gravity. Here you see Daniel Levis squirting out some water from a drink bag, and we're putting a lifesaver in the center. We're going to make a space eyeball. This one turned out pretty well, and you know, it's one of the skills that all astronauts have, being able to play with water and play with food. Going in for the kill. We thank everybody for their great support on this mission, and on behalf of the STS-128 crew, we wish you a good night.